Are you sick of my cupcakes yet? It's early here. I couldn't sleep. I've been up since 3, so I figured let's make another cupcake. Okay. And I'm going to do it in parts just because we'll just see how it goes. So I took the cup and I just got these from the Dollar Tree, heavy duty paper cups, okay? So then I cut this one down to 1.5 inches. So it's just like that, okay? And then again, I cut the paper at 1.75 inches, and I used two 12-inch pieces. And here's the 12-inch piece that I've already scored and folded, and I just wanted to keep it together. Then, and yes, this is the only size scoreboard I have, so I make do. So then what you do is you obviously just put the paper there and score it every 1/4 inch, okay? Then everyone knows how to accordion fold. After you do that, you're just going to fold it. And I did the 12-inch just because I didn't think you guys would want to see me folding a 12-inch sheet of paper. If you score it good enough, it goes pretty quickly. And then once you get done, just really give it a good squish so it stays together. And now, obviously, we have to glue the two ends together. So in order for it to go together, we have to cut this off, okay? 'Cause both of those go. Okay. Just where you glued, just kind of, squish it back together so it's back in the accordion shape. You laminated? Sorry, the dogs came down with me. Okay, so then you've got this. Make sure I'm in. Okay, so then you've got this, okay? So then remember I told you that I sand everything? So I just take a little piece of light grit sandpaper and I just rough it up a little bit. Just because it's so smooth that, I just think it needs something to stick to. The glue, it may dry, I don't know. And I didn't want to use hot glue because I wanted to have, some time to move it. Okay, so we roughed it up a little bit. So then we're just going to take the Aleene's, the tacky glue, and my piece of ribbon or lace. And all I did for this one was just put some glue all around. this up as best you can. And I just left it on the table because obviously I wanted it to be flat on the bottom. And then just kind of move this around to where you have the shape that you want. And then I use this piece of lace. Pull the lace up. I made it so that it's tighter at the top. And then, again, just kind of, see it's tighter over here, so. Okay, so then you're just gonna set it aside. I don't know if I should do one at the bottom. I didn't do one at the bottom last time, but I'll just squish it every now and then. Okay, so then you're just gonna set this aside and let it dry, okay? So cupcake number 1 is in the garbage, the bottom. And this is the top part that I just tore apart. So I could reuse it because I didn't want to I only have two 2-inch balls, so I wanted to reuse this one. So I'm just going to use the top of this from number 1 to do the top of that one, okay? But again, all you're going to do is, I just got this pack from the dollar store, Dollar Tree. You're just going to take a 2-inch foam ball and cut it in half, or whatever you have. It doesn't have to be a foam ball. I just didn't want to have to use so much of whatever that I was covering it with. Obviously, whatever you're going to use for your top, you may not need a 2-inch ball, okay? Maybe you could use a smaller one or whatever. So you're going to cut a circle that'll fit on top, okay? And then what I did for these was just cut the ball in half and then just glue it. I used hot glue it on the top. So then you'll have, and this lace really wouldn't come off when I was using my heat gun, so I just left it. So then you're gonna have what looks like a little hat, the start of a little hat. And then you're gonna cover it with whatever you want. So after I get all my squares cut, I will come back and we'll show you that part, okay? Okay, so I have the majority of my little squares, make sure you can see, yeah, glued. And what I did, is just took some satin and just, I started to rip it, but it scares my little chihuahua, so I just ended up cutting it. And it doesn't have to be precise. I mean, it started out like 1 inch and the other end was 2 inches, so however it comes out, it comes out. And then you just cut them into squares. Again, they don't have to be perfect. So then what I'm doing is I'm just putting a little drop of glue in the center and then just squishing it up so that you end up with something like that. Okay? Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'll just finish up here. And I just did, you don't know how many you're going to end up needing, so, I mean, I may have enough, I may not, I may have to do more, who knows. Glue on this one. And you just hold it just till it, not totally dries, but just till you know it's going to stay together. So again, there you have it. So then I wanted to do some chiffon to stick some white in there. Now, obviously be careful, the chiffon, the glue will come through more and the potential to burn is greater. I basically did the same thing with the chiffon. It's just it's easier to spin it at the end. You're putting the glue in the center, you're squishing it, folding it up, pinching it, and spinning it, okay? So that the end is more pointed. Now, I may get the pink on and decide I don't want the chiffon on because I wanted to do pink and black. I don't know, but I thought I would do it just in case I wanted to use it. So again, dot of glue, and you're just kind of like folding the four sides in and then spinning. Okay? Okay. So then here's the base, and then you're just gonna start taking these. And again, the white's on here. That's why I thought, well, maybe I'll include that, but then again, once I get the pink on, I may not want to do that. So we'll just have to see. So then you're just gonna start randomly gluing it. And because they're so uneven, and it just doesn't matter, okay? And if you get done and some are longer than the others, you can just trim it off. Because some of them, like I said, some of the squares, like this one is obviously bigger than this one. So we'll just have to see how it goes. So I may put kind of just gotta, again, you're just squishing it in there just to see how it goes. You want to make it tighter, you're going to hold it over so that you can get one right up next to it. Okay? And some of them are kind of, you can tell that they're straight up and down, they're not necessarily more full, so you kind of have to, I'll show you in just a second. I don't know if you can tell, like these are kind of full, and then this one here is straight up and down. So you'd want to put like a full one or two next to it to kind of, so you don't have them all, you know, straight in a line. So that's basically what you're going to do. I'll do a couple more before I stop the camera again. Because trust me, you do not want to see me do this whole thing. So there you have it. You're just gonna go, what I did for this one is I just went around the whole bottom first and then just kind of filled in around it. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue doing that, and we'll come back in a bit. Okay, we're back. Okay, I ended up putting the layer of white chiffon just around it, so it's just like a single layer. Some of it is getting covered up, but that's okay. You just kind of, when you're done, you gotta fluff it anyway, kind of. So I just have a little bit left here. And I'm gonna need more glue. Again, you're just gluing and sticking. And yes, you will have a ton of glue strings. That's okay. Stuck. is while it's still wet, you can kind of move them around, push them down, what have you. I'm off camera, sorry. Five more. And if you don't make enough to go in all the way into the middle, that's okay. You can stick something on top, a button, a bling, whatever. If you have, you know, a cute little charm or something like that. Because I'm not going to have enough for that, but that's okay, because I will just stick something in the middle. Okay. And you want to let it totally dry before you fluff it and pull all your glue strands off. Yeah, so you can barely see the white, but that's okay. That's okay. When I fluff it, I'll kind of pull it a little. And sometimes when you fluff it, and if you're pulling them, like what happened on this one, some of them would come off. No big deal, just glue it back on again. And then this is dry. So you see it's all flat on the bottom, and again you can cut a piece of paper to go over that, whether it's just like a pink or this from here, and then you see how it's pretty even around there. Got a little close over here, but no big deal, guys. So there's that, there's the bottom, and then again I'm going to wait to fluff it, but then there's the top. See, and I like this one's fuller than this one, and I like that. It's higher and fuller, you know, the height this way here. So these down here are dry. So fluff it and see, you just go through and you kind of just pull them. See, like I know there's white in here, I just can't see it at all. And just move them to where, and obviously because I'm using chiffon and satin, I've got all these little stringy things, but that's okay. It just adds to the shabby chicness of it, which that's my favorite, so I don't mind it at all. Except for I really have to vacuum today because I've got this stuff everywhere. Okay. Without hitting the camera. I think I have, yeah, I do have light pink. Do I want to use light pink? Where's the middle? This isn't going to be long enough. So, see this one, because this is not very full, the brad was perfect to go into the styrofoam ball, but this one's not going to be long enough. So let's make it long enough. Okay, so I just glued a toothpick, broke a toothpick and glued that on. Okay, that'll be good. Am I in frame, guys? Sorry if I keep getting out of frame. Okay, so then I will put a little glue on the bottom. I just want to see where my center. Okay. So then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the end of my toothpick and move these out of the way. Sorry, I'm going to have to go off right. I just want to make sure I get it in the center. Okay. And there you have it. Cupcake number 3. Guys, really, you should try this because I think this will be cute. If I have anything going out to anybody and the box is big enough, I just sent 4 boxes out, 4 packages yesterday, so I don't have anything going out right now. But, and you can put paper on this, whatever paper you want to cover that up, you know, obviously. I may trim a couple of these off, but I kind of like it. I mean, it's not perfect, and I mean, let's face it, who's perfect? Nobody, you know? So, I kind of like it like that. These seem a little close, too short. Okay, I'm gonna call it done. There you go. I hope you guys try it. It's really easy, actually. The hardest part is doing the top with these. I mean, obviously you could do the top with whatever you want. If you had the rosette trims, that would be perfect. And actually, I found these. Somebody had given them to me. I don't remember. Sorry, I don't remember who sent them to me. But to cut these, if you had these, the rosette trims, these are from Gisela. You could use that. It would be perfect. So give it a try, guys, and let me know how it goes. We'll talk to you later. Bye.